Yes, good morning, everyone. Is my voice audible? Am I audible? Can you hear me? Okay. Yes, in the previous class, we are discussing about this memory selection for the embedded system. See, this memory selection for the embedded system is nothing but what type of memory we have to select for an embedded system. If you are going to design an air control, an air conditioner AC. If you are designing some AC, or any other low power memory devices, what kind of memory selection you are going to do? For that, you have to choose based on your requirements. Say for embedded system with low power, if that is power is the main requirement, very low power requirement, then you have to choose low power memory devices. Finally, it is all the requirements from our side. We should know what is our requirement for the embedded system. Based on that, you have to select uh, the memory in that list. We have discussed static RAM, dynamic RAM, ERAM, PRAM, flash, EE, PROM, just PROM. So many different types of are there, right? In that, it is based upon the requirements. Even the low power memory devices are also there that you have to select. The next we are going to discuss about the some of the components, some of the components, or we can call it as a devices that we are going to discuss. The heading is sensors and actuators. See, these sensors or these actuators, where they are going to use. Without these sensors or actuators, you cannot call a complete embedded system. Without that, you cannot call it as an embedded system. Why? Because so many parameters it has to measure, or some reason we are going to design some embedded system means something it is going to record, some air temperature, or some water temperature, water level, or any other parameters. It is going to measure that embedded system. Then there should be an internal one component that should measure those things. They are called these sensors. They are called these sensors. We usually call these sensors as an input devices, and all these actuators that we are going to be connected to the output port of any embedded systems. Okay. Example: if it is just a controlling device, if we embedded system, if it is designed for a controlling purpose, then there is one more situation: a system which performs a monitoring. Two things you can do. One is controlling functions, another one is monitoring functions. For what purpose we have to use sensors and what purpose you have to use actuators, that we should know. If an embedded system is designed for any controlling purpose is nothing but in the air conditioner. If I say if a air conditioner is there, based on the outside temperature, it is going to adjust the room temperatures. A controlling variable will be there that is going to be adjusted. All these things it will be achieved using the actuators. If you are going to do controlling functions, if it is just a monitoring function, just read the parameters, don't do any actions, just read and display it. You are not going to impact any controlling variable. Okay. In that case, if it is a monitoring functions, then you will use only the sensors. In case of controlling, sensors and the actuators both are required. Finally, if we say definition, a formal definition for a sensor is which converts an energy from one form to another for any measurement or for control purpose. The examples that you have already seen: humidity sensor, temperature sensors, motion sensor, so many are there. That is what is the sensor. But what is an actuator? Which this converts this signal into some motion. Means these actuators, they are going to be connected, acts as an output devices. Example, see this stepper motor. When the stepper motor runs, it is going to rotate some other component. When this motor runs, it may rotate this if any component is connected to this motor, that is also going to run. Where this actuators, it will convert these signals into a motion. Something is going to move. Now it is clear, I think, what is the main difference between this sensor and an actuator. For monitoring purpose, monitoring is nothing but read the parameter and just display. Don't do any actions. The sensors is enough. In an embedded system, you want to record and you want to do some other action based on that. In that case, sensors and actuators both are required. Whether in an embedded system there will be an input-output subsystem? Yes. Without the input-output subsystem, or without if you do the interaction input-output, then what is the use of embedded system? There will be an interaction by the embedded system with the outside world. How? It is you through the input-outputs. Then, in order to sorry, in order to do the input-output operations, what we use? We use the sensors and actuators. We are going to discuss now the different types of the sensors or the actuators, the different input outputs that are going to be used in an embedded system. Now we are going to discuss one by one the input output subsystem or the components that we are going to discuss now. Okay, one by one. In this first one, in the input output subsystem, first one is this LED. This LED, for what it is so famous? LED. Anyone? One line answer. For what purpose the LED is so famous? One word answer. Why it is so famous? Or everyone is going to use now or purchase this LED itself. Why? What is the reason? Yes, the one line is good, Prashant. Low power consumption. That is the main reason. All the other things that you are going to get in other components also, other devices also. But low power is in this LED itself. Whether it is an input or output device, yes, it's always the output device important. It indicates something in an embedded system. Where you can see this, even you can see in the, everywhere you see this LEDs, even in the good night, what component that you place, right, that adapter, on top of that there will be an indicator. What that indicates, you can understand in any way. The device is on, or in some situation the LED is going to glow in case of the battery is low, or during the charging of any devices, the charging condition will be indicated by these LEDs. These are the reasons, these are the indicators that for that we are going to use these LEDs. And how actually they are going to connect these LEDs. See, there is cathode connection and anode connection. What is there inside an LED? A light emitting diode, which it includes PN junction diodes is there. It includes PN junction diode is there. One will be the anode, another one will be the cathode there. It contains an anode, positive and negative, anode and cathode is there. For where we are going to connect the anode, positive terminal. So another one, cathode, to the supply voltage. Sorry, the negative terminal of the supply voltage, right? This is what we are going to, this is how we are going to connect. In order to limit the current, because there is a requirement of the current inside this LED, how much the current is required. In order to limit the maximum current, what we use here some resistor. That resistors is going to limit the current. That will limit the current that will pass through these LEDs. This is one simple example. As I told you, there are two ways, cathode connections and anode connections. I will show this LED in the next slide, how it is going to be connected to the cathode or the anode. See this 7-segment LED display. What is this 7-segment LED display? There are 7 LEDs. There are 7 LEDs combined. They are going to call it as 7-segment LED display. And one more is their dot. For what purpose this dot is used? ಯಾರಿಗಾರು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಈ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದನ್ನ ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ? DP ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ. There is an icon called DP. For what purpose they use it? I'm talking about this DP. Other than the 7 LED display, there is one more display, 8th display. What it indicates? Prashant, do you know the answer? Very good, Supriya. Yes, it is a decimal point. For non-integer numbers, we are going to use that dot. Okay, where exactly it is? Here it is, DP. Okay, now these LEDs, the 7 LEDs, how they are connected in the background? How they are connected in the background? For each one, they are labeled with the name called A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, and one more is called as DP. In order to display one, B and C LED, if they are on, it is enough. For 0, A, B, C, D, E, F. I think you have seen this in the previous lab, ADE lab. Okay, many of you have done the experiment on this itself, and in the exams also you have got this experiment itself. Okay, 7-segment display that you have no. Now you should say, I'm going to explain this common anode and cathode. At the end of this, you have to say in our lab, whether it was common anode connection or common anode connection in the trainer kit, how they have done. Okay, that you have to say at the end. See, there are 2 ways they are going to connect within the 7-segment display. See, these are all the output pins, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, DP. In the same way, in the common cathode, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, DP. These are the connections that is available for us when we connect to A and, sorry, I'll say which one, B and C. If we connect it to B and C, it will glow these 2 LEDs. That is 1. But what should be the input to the common anode or the common cathode is, see here, if you want to glow B and C, you have to supply I voltage, means plus 5 volts to this B and C. And to all others, you have to supply 0. Then it indicates 1 on the 7-segment display. But in this case, anode, if you want to display 1, you have to supply BC 00 and all others to 1. Okay. This is a positive terminal and this is a negative terminal. This is negative and this is positive. Okay. This voltage power supply voltage, here it is 5 volts if you supply. B and C it is going to on and all others it is off. In the same way, in the common anode connection, if you supply 0 voltage, sorry, 0 voltage, 0 volts to B and C and all others 5 volts, then you will get 1 on the 7-segment display. Now you should say what type of connection it is there in the lab. Nam lab aliro trainer kit allirodu common anode, common cathode. I think Parvati has got the 7-segment display, I think. She can answer. Parvati?
Sir?
You have got the 7-segment display, I think, in the last ADE lab.
Yes, sir.
Then what type of connection can be in the background in the 7-segment display?
Sir, I think it's cathode.
Common cathode. Any other answers? Those who want to say common anode? No one? Is everyone go with common cathode itself? ಮತ್ತಿನ್ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು 7-segment display? Hey, quickly you have to answer. Yeah. Why you are going to wait? Skanda Prasad? Skanda Prasad? Skanda? Okay. Which experiment you have got? Very simple. Binary degree. What can be your answer? It is common anode or common cathode? Common anode or cathode? No answers. Okay. Only one answer per day. Okay, it is common cathode. See the common cathode. See, in order to display, one, see BC. In order to BC, we are supplying 5 volts. In order to display 0, A, B, C, D, E, F, we are supplying 5 volts, and another one is no voltage. Okay, this is how we are going to, in our trainer kit, we have common cathode 7-segment display. And I have asked the same thing in some, for very few, as in the Viva, whether it is the common anode or the cathode. Okay. Okay. Typically, how much the LED segments, the current flow through each of the LED segments should be limited to the maximum value supported by LED display unit, that is 20 milliamps. Okay, and also we will have the current limiting resistors will be there. Where actually this will be used? Now everywhere there is a LED display. In that 7-segment LED display, where they are going to use is, means in the signals you have seen, right? Or public telephone calls. This is very old. Public telephone call monitoring devices. There is to have a STD booth. In that STD booth, whenever the person dials, you can see the numbers on the top of the screen. That is what they are saying. Public telephone call monitoring devices. Or point of sale, POS machines. In everywhere you see some POS machines, right? POS machines andre yaad gotaita? Which is called as the POS machines. ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದಿರಾ POS machines? No? Yes? No. See, in the credit card, debit card, they are going to use, right, in the device that is called POS machines, where they are going to swipe. Okay, that we are going to call it as POS machines. Okay, now one more component. We have seen two components: LED display, LED, and 7-segment display. Both are the output devices. Okay, what is this opto coupler? Have you heard this name, opto coupler? ಕೇಳಿದಿರಾ ಇದು ಹೆಸರು? Opto coupler ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? What actually it is going to do? Anyone? Do anyone know what is this opto coupler? Just it is going to connect. It is going to connect two different circuits. It is going to connect two different circuits. Okay, see this. This is an internal structure of an autocoupler. From outside, it will be look like this. See, like this, it will be optocoupler. It's a semiconductor device. What it is going to do is it allows the electric signals. How it sends the electric signals between the two circuits? How it sends? ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಎರಡು ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ಆ ಎರಡು ಡಿವೈಸ್ ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಇವೆರಡನ್ನು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವೆರಡು ಪಿನ್ ಒಂದು ಡಿವೈಸ್ಗೆ, ಇವೆರಡು ಪಿನ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡಿವೈಸ್ಗೆ. You are going to connect. Okay. Inside this, they are going to send the electrical signals. There are two different circuits are there. That two different circuits we are going to connect with the this component. Which one? Optocoupler. What we are going to send through this? It is going to send the electrical signals. What actually it is there inside this? What is the component it is there? There will be an LED. On one side, there will be an LED. On the other side, there will be a photosensitive device. One side LED, another one is photosensitive. What LED will do? It will emit infrared lights. What photosensitive? It will capture that light. Now that light, it will be converted into an current. Then that will go through this device. It is as simple as that. See here, this picture will give you the idea. One side, there is a LED. That LED will provide the infrared light that will be captured by the photosensitive device. This device, photosensitive device, it converts the light this into an current. Output will be, it can be AC or DC. Here also this can be an AC or DC. How much that will be the current outside? That is based upon the how much there is an LED emit. That LED emit an infrared light that will be proportional to the current going through the device. Okay, that is how this works, autocouplers. Okay, it can be used in the input circuits or the output circuits where there is an communication. The autocoupler, it is used for suppressing the interference in data communication or high voltage suppression. At so many places you can use it. Finally, with the autocoupler, what you can do? You can send the electrical signals from one end to the other end. You have seen the diagram, right? It will look like this. Okay, this may be useful. If I add this here, it will be useful. Okay. What about next device? Relay. The next component is relay. Yes. What is this relay? Or what information do you know about relay? For what purpose we use relay? Relay ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ? Anyone? Relay. It's a component. Relay ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕೇಳಿಲ್ವಾ? I know it is one more sport is there, game is there, relay. Other than that, the component called relay. This relay, I will show now the diagram, then you can understand. See this. Have you came across this kind of circuit? See, this relay is the thing, but it works as a switch. It works as a switch. It's an electromagnetic switch. This relay, it is an electromagnetic switch that can be turned on or off by the electronic current. See here, what is there inside this relay? See, this is a relay. Whatever you see here, it's a relay. What exactly it is there inside the relay is, it has the wire. What wire it has? It has an a coil of wire. How it acts? Whenever the current passes through it, then it will become as a temporary magnet. It will become a temporary magnet. Then what it happens? See here, you can see whenever the current flows, it will break the circuit. Here the number one, which is a first circuit, whenever there is a current flow, then it generates the magnetic field. Whenever it generates the magnetic field, and then attracts this red, and also activates the second circuit. When the power is switched off, that spring will pulls contact back to its original position. See, whenever there is a move aside, then once again that will come to this original position. Switching off the circuit, second circuit off again. Okay. Now, this is how this relay it is going to work. This relay is nothing but it's the coil. Whenever you supply, it will become an electromagnetic. A magnetic field is being generated. Based on that field, it will attract this or it will pull this spring. Based on that, the circuit it is going to switch on or off. Whether we are going to use only for this purpose to switch on and off, no. There is one more advantage is there. See here, there is a huge current it is going to flow, larger current is going to flow. You can stop of flowing that larger current. See here, the input circuit, blue loop, is switched off and no current will flow. When it is switched off, the no current will flow. Whenever it gets open, see it breaks. Whenever it closes, the current will flow and LED will glow. Whenever it opens, it will stop the flowing of the larger current. Using this relay, even you can stop the bigger current flow into the output circuit. Okay. This relay is doing stopping the bigger current to flow through the output circuit or acting as a switch. Okay. These are the two things the relay is going to do. See here, the relay, in that relay, there can be of two types. When it is normally open, it will look like this. There will be a coil. If it is closed like this, there is a double throw. Means it can connect to this or this will connect to the second way. There are two paths are there. For information flow, there is two paths in case of single pole double throw configuration. In single pole single throw configuration, there is only one path for information flow. Information is nothing but here the current. Okay. This buzzer, one more buzzer. Have you seen any buzzer? Have you seen any buzzers anywhere? See, in so many electronic toys, you can see these buzzers. Okay, what it is going to do, it will generate the sound, audio indication, or in any embedded application, there may be an indicators like audio indication. What will be there inside the buzzer? It will contains the diaphragm, which produces the audible sound. For that, what you have to give the input? You have to give the input voltage. Based on the voltage, the response from the diaphragm will be the sound. Okay, what are those two types? One will be self-driving, another one is external driving. There is a tone that is going to be fixed. It is a predefined tone. There will be a single music. See, in the bells in your home, there is a bell, right? Inside that, there will be a buzzer. Okay? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಲ್ಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ, in that also there will be a buzzer. Okay? It will give you a predefined tone whenever we give apply the voltage. But external driving is buzzers will support the generation of different tones. You can generate the different tones. That is based upon the pulse you train to the buzzer. Even these buzzers you can connect to the processor's port pin. I think you hear this sound. There is a buzzers that you can hear in the desktop computers whenever or in the laptops. You will hear some sound. Whenever there is a problem with any hardware component, you will hear some sound. That will also come from the buzzer, where that buzzer will be connected to the port pin of the processor. Okay, that is what all about the piezo buzzers. One more is there, push button switch. Have you seen these type of switches? I'll show one diagram on push switches. Ah, this is the one. These are called as the push button switches. What it is going to do if you press, what it is going to do one more press. It is simple, push to make or push to break. If you push once, it is going to make a switch is normally worked as an open state. If you push it once again, it will the switch is normally in the closed state. Means it will break the circuit. Push to make means it will makes the circuit. It is just a simple switch which it uses push button. Okay, makes or break the circuit connection. Whenever you press the it's an input device. We have seen so many output devices, right? LED, the 7 segment display, but here this is an the push button switch. It is an input device. How exactly there is a push button, the switch configuration, it will be like this. A switch will be there. It can generate high pulse or low pulse, plus 5 volts or 0 volts. See, the depending upon the way the push button is connected to the controller, it's a way of see here. After the resistor, you have connected to the port pin of the any controller or a processor. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಲೋ ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿ ದ ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಪಿನ್ ವೇರ್ ಇಟ್ is connected. If it is connected here like this, then it will generate the high pulse. What it is required, whether it is a high pulse it is required or a low pulse it is required, based on that we are going to connect. Okay, high pulse generator or low pulse generator. These are the input and or the output subsystem. Means so many components, sensors, actuators. In that we have discussed some of the input output devices, LEDs, 7 segment display, optos, what is that they call it as, optocoupler. After that there one more is buzzer, switch, relay. These are the things we have discussed. In the next class we'll start discussing this communication interface. Okay, we'll discuss this communication interface. Now you can send your attendance. So everyone should join at 11:25. I have shared already the link. There is a webinar, sorry, HTTP. A very knowledgeable person is from Bangalore. Okay, everyone should join to that HTTP compulsory. In the middle of the session or at the end, I'll take the feedback also and the attendance, and then we are going to ask for what reason you are absent. If you are absent, then we are going to ask. Okay, you can send your attendance and you can exit.